Teddy Feinberg, Brook Stockburger, Teddy and Brook Show coming at you from the Sun News. Brook, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Let's start talking about high school football. We have Mayfield going to Cleveland High School at 7 p.m. Saturday. We have Las Cruces-High hosting #1 ranked Valley. That is Saturday at 1 p.m. These are the state semifinals games. If both teams win, we're going to have a Mayfield-Cruces Championship 5A game. Brook, your thoughts?
We haven't seen that in more than a decade. I was sports editor way back at the time when Mayfield and Cruces played in the state final that one time. They played over at Aggie Memorial Stadium, trying to say, where they play their annual game as well. And the interesting thing about that day was Oñate was playing for the 4A title on the same day, Field of Dreams. So that was a crazy day.
That must have been a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. It was also a lot of fun. The Aggie Memorial Stadium was just packed, and they had a cannon to shoot, and it was just a crazy situation. And it would be great for Las Cruces. Plus, we would know that both teams are here in town. They don't have to travel, and it would be a rematch for the state title game.
I would imagine the atmosphere would be amazing. Cruces-High, like I said, hosting #1 ranked Valley. Valley hasn't played in a game like this quite this year. Cruces-High is a very good team. They beat Sandia 56-8 last week, and that was a close game. I think I said last week on the show it would be close. And sure enough, that was completely off. And then Mayfield is going up to Cleveland. That's going to be a very challenging game. 7 p.m. start, very cold. Mayfield, I think if they keep it simple, run the football, cut down their penalties, they have definitely a chance. I think there's a very good chance for that rematch, so it should be a good time. Of course, you can hop on our website, our Facebook page, or our Twitter accounts, me or Jason Groves, or possibly Brook, for updates throughout the game, so be ready for that. Should be a good weekend of football. Aggie basketball is 6-1. Yes. They are coming off a win against UTEP for the sweep, and then in the undercard, they beat Bethune-Cookman on Monday night. But they're looking good.
Yeah, they are, and that's it's important that they play well those games in between, because you have the two minor games, and then you have UNM coming up next week. Obviously, the big game, they want to win that one. If they could go 4-0 against their rivals, I can't even remember the last time they did that. That would be awesome.
And you would think if they can beat UNM at home next week, and that certainly is not a gimme, far from it, but they have a very good chance of going undefeated at home this year, because the WAC schedule won't be very hard. And again, the Aggies have a very good team. Love supreme athleticism, good size. Their wing play is very good. They've gotten good point guard play thus far from KC Ross Miller. So they have a lot of things going on. They host Prairie View tonight, which is Wednesday. They go to Colorado State on Saturday. And then they come home for next Wednesday's home game against UNM, 7 p.m. start. Should be a good crowd. If you like hoops, get out there. And of course, Aggie football, their season comes to a close. It's been a long year. 2 bye weeks. 1-10 record. Their season comes to a close. They're hosting Idaho on Saturday, 1:30 p.m. start. And you are no stranger to the Aggies-Idaho matchups.
I've seen them play the Vandals. I've seen a Vandal player intercept the ball and trip over his own feet. It's sort of what you get when the Aggies and Vandals play, although there have been some really good matchups. And the Aggies once blew a 4-touchdown lead in the second half here at home against Idaho. Ken Keith once had a 200-yard rushing game on Halloween night here against Idaho. I think it was Halloween night. That's the way I remember it.
Awesome.
Anyway. So, yeah, both programs were really struggling, though, this year. And obviously, this is a chance for the Aggies to get that second win. They're at home. I really hope people show up for the seniors, but I got a bad feeling that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Good group of kids in this particular senior class. And just, it's nice to get a win. I know some people will say, well, they have one. What's the difference between 1 win and 2 wins? Psychologically, it does make a difference. And unless you go into the off-season, at least with a lift, and winning really matters. And hopefully they can get one. It's certainly a winnable game. They're favored by 4, and that's pretty astonishing.
And they still have a D1A losing streak. So this is a chance for them to snap it. I guess it's not called D1A anymore.
FBS.
FBS.
It's been a while. End of 2011, they beat Fresno State. They haven't beaten an FBS team since then. All right, folks. Thanks for checking us out. We actually kept this relatively short.
We did all right. I'm proud of us.
At Teddy Feinberg, at B Stockburger on Twitter, Sun News Sports Facebook page, lcsun-news.com is the standard website for the latest and greatest. Have a good week.